A man walks into a Los Angeles police station and tells the detectives he wants to report a murder. They ask him who was murdered. He looks them dead in the eye and says,
I was.
He's not crazy. He's not lying. He has been murdered. He just hasn't finished dying yet. And he has spent the last 2 days of his life hunting down his own killer. This is D.O.A., one of the greatest openings in movie history. 2 days earlier, Frank Bigelow is just an ordinary accountant and notary from a small California town. He's overworked, restless, and half running from his devoted girlfriend Paula, who wants a commitment he isn't ready to give. So he books a week alone in San Francisco to blow off steam. His hotel is packed with a rowdy sales convention, and Frank gets pulled along to a jazz club on the waterfront called The Fisherman. The music is wild, the drinks are flowing, and Frank is eyeing a pretty stranger at the bar. And that's when it happens. In the crowd, in the noise, in the dark, a man Frank never even sees swaps his bourbon for another glass. Frank takes a sip, notices it tastes strange, shrugs it off. That sip has already killed him. He just doesn't know it yet. The next morning, Frank feels off. Just a stomachache, he thinks, a hangover. But something nags at him, so he walks into a medical office for a routine check. The doctors run his blood work, and then they turn off the lights. The sample glows in the dark. It's called luminous toxin, a radioactive poison. There is no antidote, no treatment, no hope. The doctor tells him plainly he has a day, maybe 2, perhaps a week if his body is strong. Frank refuses to believe it. He runs to a second hospital, demands new tests. The second doctor doesn't just confirm it. He tells Frank something worse. Nobody takes this poison by accident. You've been murdered. Frank staggers out of the hospital and runs a long, desperate sprint through crowded streets, past people living ordinary lives he no longer belongs to. It's one of the most famous sequences in film noir, a dead man running from the truth and finding nowhere to go. Then he stops, and he makes a decision. If he only has days left, he's going to spend them finding out who killed him and why. Frank has one clue. Someone from Los Angeles, a man named Eugene Phillips, had been desperately trying to reach him at his office the day before. Frank calls the man's company. Eugene Phillips is dead. They say he killed himself, jumped from a building. The day before, Frank was poisoned. A man tries to call him, then dies. Then someone poisons Frank. That's not coincidence. Frank gets to Los Angeles and starts pulling threads at Phillips's import company. The nervous secretary, Miss Foster. The smooth company comptroller, Mr. Halliday. Phillips's brother Stanley and his beautiful, ice-cold widow. The thread leads to a shipment of a rare metal called iridium, stolen goods that Eugene Phillips had unknowingly bought and resold. The kind of deal that ruins a man. The kind of deal worth killing over. And then Frank remembers. Months ago, back in his sleepy office, he notarized a simple bill of sale for a stranger passing through town. The paper that proved who really bought that iridium. The buyer's name was Eugene Phillips. The notary stamp was Frank Bigelow's. Frank wasn't poisoned at random. He was poisoned because of a piece of paper, because his stamp made him the one living witness in a crime he knew nothing about. But knowing why is not the same as knowing who. And Frank's digging has made powerful people nervous, including Marjack, the gangster who supplied the stolen iridium. Marjack's men snatch Frank off the street. Marjack is almost polite about it. He tells Frank he can't let him go and hands him over to Chester, his enforcer. Chester is one of the most unsettling henchmen in noir history. A wide-eyed psychopath who smiles while he describes what he's going to do. He drives Frank through the dark city, telling him exactly how he plans to kill him, slowly and for fun. Frank, a man already dying, realizes something Chester doesn't understand. You can't threaten a dead man. At a drugstore stop, Frank makes his move. A scuffle, a chase, gunfire in the street. Chester is shot down, and Frank escapes into the night with hours draining out of his body and one name left to find. The poison is working faster now. Eugene Phillips didn't jump off that building. He was pushed by Halliday, the trusted comptroller, who was having an affair with Phillips's wife. The two of them let Eugene take the fall for the iridium scandal, then silenced him. And the only remaining proof of the truth, the one document that could expose the whole scheme, carried the notary stamp of a nobody accountant from a small town. So Halliday followed that nobody to San Francisco, found him in a loud, crowded jazz club, and switched his drink. Frank tracks Halliday to his office building. In the shadows of a towering staircase, Halliday draws first, but Frank is past fear now. He guns down his own murderer on the marble floor, standing over him as the life he stole bleeds away. Justice from a victim who had to solve his own killing. And that brings the story back to where it began. A police station, and a man reporting his own murder. The detectives have listened to the whole impossible story, and phone calls confirm every word of it. Frank's strength is gone. He whispers Paula's name, the woman he kept at arm's length, the life he only understood he wanted once it was already over. And then Frank Bigelow dies, right there in the homicide division. The detective closes the case with 3 words. Mark It D.O.A. Dead on arrival. The victim solved the case. The witness was the evidence. And the murder was reported by the murdered man himself. D.O.A. was so influential that its opening scene has been copied for over 70 years. And the film fell into the public domain, which is why it became one of the most watched noirs ever made. If this story gripped you, subscribe, because next time 2 ordinary men pick up a hitchhiker and he's a